What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Daily Sean. For those of you who haven't been here before, my name is Sean. I do a daily video on something related to nursing. No rhyme or reason. Probably not going to change. Thought I'd talk about some firsts. I've talked about firsts before, and they always seem to be quite entertaining, so we'll continue on with the theme. Let's talk about the first time I gave adenosine. For those of you who don't know what adenosine is, it's an antiarrhythmic cardiogenic drug that is used during ACLS protocol, advanced cardiac life support. So when someone is having a change in condition, having a lethal arrhythmia, this medication disrupts the communication of the AV node in your heart. In essence, it stops your heart from beating for a very short amount of time. It sort of resets your circuitry for a split second. And you give adenosine when somebody is in supraventricular tachycardia. Wow, that's horrible to say out loud. So used to acronyms. SVT. You give it in SVT to try and put them into a normal sinus rhythm. Now, as an ICU nurse, a budding ICU nurse, I gave this medication the first time within the first 2 or 3 months I was a nurse. It's been so long ago I don't remember the exact time. Had a patient, went into textbook SVT, and it was time to give the adenosine. I won't bore you with the details on the medication and the dose and blah blah blah, but it did not give the effect that everyone had talked about. You give the medication, poof, and within seconds on the monitor you should see them go from an SVT rhythm to almost like a flat line, and then poof, they're supposed to go into a sinus rhythm of some sort. We all know that it never happens textbook-like, and when it does, it's really cool. My first time giving adenosine was not like the textbook. I failed to realize that giving adenosine through a peripheral IV actually matters. I also failed to realize that you have to give it really fast. So giving it really fast means you push the med fast, and then you have a follow-up immediate push of an IV flush. Yeah, I didn't do any of that. All I did was give the medication, and I gave it in a hurried manner. I didn't really shove it in there like you're supposed to, and I didn't have my IV flush ready. So basically, it didn't work. Gave the adenosine, got all excited, waiting for this flatline effect, and nothing. Needless to say, I had to give it a second time. And upon giving it the second time, pushed it appropriately, followed it up with the appropriate IV flush, poof! It actually worked. It was the coolest thing known to man to be able to say that I was responsible for that kind of effect on a human being's heart. Now, I'm not taking credit for the actual reset on the electrical circuitry of the heart, but I'm the one that actually pushed the medication. As a side note, you should really make sure you tell your patient that they're going to feel really funny. They're going to have a flushed feeling, might even feel cold. They might even feel like they're going to wet their pants. These are all anticipated reactions. While they're not cool, these reactions are way better than going into cardiac arrest. All my nurses out in the tribe that have actually given adenosine, do you remember the first time you gave it? Where were you? How long have you been a nurse? Leave me a comment down below and describe your experience. You know your comments are McCaffrey. Share this with somebody. Share it with any nurse that can relate. Any nurse that could or will give this medication. Share the vlog and pass it on. And as always, check your own pulse first.